Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me just fine?
Yes.
Great. It's good that you have joined. I always wonder why people skip lives because this is just a great chance, a great opportunity to speak English. Isn't it why you are going through the course to speak better?
Yes, I have problem with this course. I lost more time in this course.
Okay, well, I'm sure you can catch up because this is what we all do. We all have to catch up, with the course, I guess, at some point. Oh, hello, Ali. Okay, so how are you doing?
Hello, I'm okay. Well, my internet is quite slow, so I can maybe sometimes I will not be able to hear you, or if I answer in some time, not just straight away.
Okay, I have previously shared. Hello, Julia. Okay, I have previously shared the
Hello.
money topic with you. Actually, it's a list of collocations and phrases that can help you when you speak about money. And money plays a huge part and role in our life. So all we have to go to work and make some or earn some more money. We dream about big money, I guess, at some point, maybe. Some of us are successful, like more or less, yes, and let's say sometimes we have difficulties and problems with money. We have a shortage of money, we have a lack of money, we don't have enough. We're planning some purchases that are very complicated for us maybe, and they take us a lot of time to complete. Let's say we want to buy a piece of property, we want to buy an apartment, a house, a new car, we want maybe to have a plastic surgery to look better, right? So all those things, they require a lot of money, or maybe to relocate, move to another country, or to study, let's say to pay for our education and kids. So we do have a lot of things that we need to pay for. And when we speak about money, we need to know some phrases. Okay, so during this live session, we're going to be using some of them, and hopefully it will help you to speak better, or it will ease your communication when it's related to money topic. Hello, Atlanta.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Okay, big surprise. Four
Me
people.
too.
Okay. Wow. I feel like we're just starting this course. That's how it used to be. Okay. So you all have the file. Yes, this vocabulary list. I gave you with the translation, so you don't have to
Okay.
second guess. Okay, so the first situation that we're going to be talking about, it's about your first job and how you got it and how it was in terms of money. So how much money you were making back then, Yes, were you actually thinking about making more? So the first job experience, and how much you were making, and then if you had any other sources of income at that time. I'll give you a minute, okay? So try to use, let's say, five collocations of the list that we have today. So let's work with the list. And of course, you can also mention a few things. You could talk about if you had a rich daddy or if you had a rich aunt, and you didn't need to worry about money because your family had a lot, and maybe you come from a family of means. A family of means, it means a rich family, yeah, and so on. Okay, how it was in your life, your first job, your first work experience. Maybe there were some things you wanted to buy but couldn't afford at that time. Okay, so right now we will talk about getting money. So it's the first block, getting money, how to get money. So I think first job experience is a very good situation, a very good topic. We're not that old yet, so I'm sure we can remember the first job, how it was. If somebody wants to start, then you can just by saying, yes, I'm ready. If you need some more time, I can share my story, how I was trying to make my first. Okay, I see that you're nodding. So, okay. Um, I was born in a single parent family, so my mom had to work a lot to raise me. And being a boy, of course, I had a lot of wishes, and I wanted to get a pair of sneakers because I played basketball, and so I couldn't ask my mom for to buy me a very expensive pair of sneakers. So I had to find a job myself, and then I would always use my summer holidays to make some money, and I wouldn't just play with kids. So I started to work at the age of I think 10. So my first unofficial job was to wash cars right on the street, so right in front of my house. I would use two or three buckets of cold water and then a sponge, so just to wash cars. It was back in '90s. This is when you would not be stopped by a cop or a policeman, so it was quite okay in our small district to make money or to earn money this way. So I didn't have any rich relatives, so I couldn't inherit anything. And I was hoping to inherit an apartment, but my grandmother, she was very dogged and stubborn, so she trusted her nephew, who turned out to be an alcoholic, and then he sold her property and wasted all her money on booze and girls. And so this is how she deprived me of my inheritance. Though she loved me very much, but she made some, I think, irrational decisions. It happens. She regretted later because she was put in a nursing home by her own nephew, and I was just 15, so I couldn't do anything at that time. And my mom and grandma, they fell out. You remember that phrase, I hope. They fell out, so they didn't communicate at all. So I was the only person who would talk to her because I loved her very much, and so that's how it was for me. So my first job was washing cars. Then I started selling newspapers right in the street, and I got picked up by two cops, and I got arrested for violating traffic rules. And well, of course, they didn't put me in prison. Okay, so it was a very light form of misdemeanor, so not a big crime. And anyway, I was reprimanded. I was scolded by some authorities, so I couldn't continue this form of making money or this form of business. And then I had to find an official low-paid job. So I worked as a gardener. I worked in different parks and I cultivated different plants. So I took care of trees, bushes, and that job was only available throughout summer because I had to be back in school at the beginning of September. So then I also worked as a courier, and I was always saving money because I wanted to buy very good sport uniform, sneakers, kicks, like I said. So I didn't spend money on girls because I was still a teenager and I didn't have a girlfriend. So that was quite easy for me. Um, so I was very happy when I bought my first pair of sneakers. It was Jordans. They cost me a fortune. I had to work 3 months to afford just one pair of sneakers. But then I was very proud of myself, and every kid who would play basketball with me, they would always take a close look at my sneakers. So that was my teenage years. Okay, so I think I have given you enough time. So now you can guys share how it was in your adolescence. Adolescence, would say. All right, who wants to start? Okay, come on, guys. Let's talk about getting money. Do I have to name you? Uh, okay, well, Atlanta maybe.
Okay. I didn't have so rich experience as you. So, and there is nothing to say like that. But when being a teenager, I didn't work at all. Just I helped my grandparents. I lived with my parents, but I spent a lot of time with my granny and grandpa in summer, especially. And when I went to the institute, I started to work a little bit, just teaching English. Our neighbor girl, she was little, and I didn't earn a lot of money, but that was my money, and I was very proud of it. And my parents helped me a lot. I lived far from my parents while studying at the university, and I lived together with my sister. And while I was a student, she was working. And I cannot say that we made ends meet. Yes.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yes.
But of course, we tried to save up money because our parents helped us. And after graduating from the institute, I got my first job at the Karaganda State Technical University as a teacher of English. And there I earned my first salary. I was very, very proud of it. And I bought my parents some present. I really don't remember what was that, but it was a good present for them in order to say thank you.
Great.
And
It's a form of gratitude. Yes.
yes, um, probably that's all.
All right,
I
guys.
was
Would you
working.
like to ask some questions? Okay, it would be also nice if we can help you use more collocations if you guys ask her some questions. Okay, using the first block collocations. Ali, maybe.
Hmm. Do you remember how much money did you earn approximately?
I remember that it was 13,000 tenge, but I don't know how to transfer them in dollars in order to understand the. But it was quite a great sum for me, and I could even buy a very good dress. It was quite high.
Okay. Oh well. Okay. So what? No more questions. Okay, Marina, maybe.
Yes, Lana, I have interesting question. Maybe do you want to go from rich to riches in your teenage years?
Sorry, I didn't understand. If I had a chance to work, would I work as a teenager? No.
No, no. Do you want to go from rich to riches?
From rags to riches.
Yes.
Who doesn't want? Yeah.
Ah, like to make a fortune, yes.
Yeah.
To go from rags to riches. I'm sorry, but I don't know the phrases. That's why I'm going to look through the papers. Yes, sure, I would like, but I cannot say that. How to say that I'm in rags, Vadim? Can I say
You
in
can
such a
say
way?
that no rags like you say that I'm not coming from rags. Okay, I'm not coming from rags.
I don't need it.
Okay, when you come from, okay, let's say that, you go from rags to riches, it means you will become rich in almost no time. Let's say you win a lottery, yes, and this is your moment. So you hit the jackpot, and this is how you come from, or you go from rags to riches. Let's
Yes.
say about pop stars, we usually we can say such things. We can talk about football players. Yes, let's say Arshavin maybe. Okay, he was almost nobody when he played football, but then when he went to Arsenal, he went from rags to riches. But unfortunately, he was not very smart or wise or money wise, and not only about money but also about relationships. That's why now he has to pay a lot of money in alimony. But that's another story, kid. So, but that, yeah, from rags to riches. Philip Kirkorov, when he married, yes, Alla Pugacheva, from rags to riches.
Mhm.
Probably yes. I would like to go from rags to riches, and I would like to make a fortune. Maybe, but
Hmm. But the
there are
question is,
different.
how can we do this? How do we go from
How
rags to
can
riches?
some people can marry somebody, or to yeah, I know this phrase to get an insured. No, no, no,
To
no.
get
What is it?
inheritance.
Yes, yes.
To get inheritance.
But I prefer to earn my money. Maybe it's difficult to understand, but I'm I'm sure that I can do it, and my husband can do it, and it's more simple for me to have our own money, not other money.
So, girls, okay, this question is related definitely to you. What do you think about this type of women who want to find a rich guy and then just marry or exploit, let's say, his passion for beautiful girls, exploit, to use his passion to extract or get a decent amount of money from that guy and to go from rags to riches in no time. What do you think about that?
This is their choice. I don't think bad about these women because if they want to get money in such a way, that's their choice. And if the men are ready to pay for their beauty and for something else, for their passion, why not?
Okay, great. So I guess Buzova is a great example for some people, yeah, because this is how she started. Okay, I see that everyone is smiling. Okay, this is funny. All right, well, Marina, okay, would you like to share your story of how you?
Okay, okay. My parents don't allow me to
Parents
earn
don't
money,
allow. Mhm.
and but I want to make money myself. And on the third course, found a job. It was at the university, Universiade in Kazan in 2013 years.
Mhm.
Um, business in the cafe,
Okay.
and it was my first time when I earned money. It was around 20,000, and I spent this money on drive lessons.
Driver's license.
Yes, drive
You
lessons.
just bought it or you studied for it?
I know studied. Studied. Yes.
No, maybe you gave a bribe to a dirty cop.
No, no, no. I went to lessons, and now I have already driver's. I don't know how it's right name.
Huh? Just say
Uh,
it in Russian. Okay, we're gonna translate. No problem.
Права, ну, водительские
Dr-
права.
yeah, driver's license. Because you are a driver and you have a license to drive. So driver's license.
Yes, I already have it. And it was my first experience to earn money. There I met my husband. It was my likely experience in my life. I it was my убить двух зайцев.
Do you guys know this saying or proverb? I think it's an idiom. You can kill
You
two
two
birds.
rabbits. Yes, no.
With
No,
one
usually
stone.
kill birds. To kill two birds with one stone.
Stone.
Okay.
I don't know how it's possible, but people say this. Okay, thank you. So do you think you can say that you are like also going from rags to riches? Like, is your life changing? Are you improving financially?
Uh, yeah. It's question for me. Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's for you.
Yes, it made me better in financial deals, of course, because my parents understand that I can make money, and it's not difficult for me. And after that, uh, I find another job. It was my job for 1 year. After that, I removed. I
You left. You quit.
Yes, I moved to another country.
Mhm.
I moved to Germany, and after that, I returned to another job, and now I sit at home with my kids. I
So
had
you're babysitting.
a long vacation, yes.
That's okay. We have a lot of mummies here. Okay, at least Julia, she is doing exactly the same job. Okay, she is babysitting. Some people think it's a great vacation, but I think it's a lot of work. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you very much, okay, Ali. So how was it with you?
Well, my family is middle class, and I always had some money, but they were not so much. But I always wanted to have my own money, you know. And when I was 15 years old, my best friend's father, he opened his own restaurant. So that was his startup. So me and his daughter, where we were best friends, we used to work there when we were both 15, just in the summer vacation months or two. That was our first money. We were madly happy to get them because for us, we had paycheck each week. And it was kind of I don't know, maybe $50, from 50 to 100, and we cleaned the area and so on. We were very much happy. So I didn't like to borrow money from that at that time. Now it's the same. I don't like it, and that's why I try to make money by myself. Thanks God, my grandparents and uncles, they're still alive, and I don't have any kind of inherit money, but that's okay. I remember once I won the lottery, 1,000 rubles. That wasn't enough to go from rags to riches, so I had again to go back to my work to work harder. Since that time, I don't play lottery anymore. Yes. And actually, that was the first and the last my uh, job experience, which was not. I can hear myself and
Yeah, it's echo. Yeah.
mm, yes. So yes, was my first experience where I didn't have uh, to how to say to use my English skills or something. The rest they were secretary with and what else did I do? I was translator, interpreter, teacher, English teacher. But the very very interesting job that I really really like when I was interpreter, we used to go to Samarkand, Bukhara, Tashkent, and we translated to the foreigners everything that happened there. That was really really amazing. But when I was in the office working and answering the phone calls, typing the letters, it was the most boring job that I've ever had.
But they paid you well, I hope. Okay, great. Now let's work on. Let's use this construction. Okay. What would you do if? Okay. So it'll be just a very simple game, just to help you use those collocations a bit more. What would you do if? I'm gonna ask you questions. Okay. So um, let's see how we go about this. Okay. So what kind of situation would you need to find yourself to actually borrow money from one of your friends? So what should happen? What should have happened to make you borrow money from somebody? To make you borrow money from somebody? Like it's a very simple. Okay, so it should be a quick game, quick activity. Okay, because we have a lot of phrases to use. All right, Ali, why don't you just continue? Okay.
Well, depends, but just first thing that came to my mind, if, for example, if I was traveling and somebody stole my money, so I would have to ask one of my friends or my relative or friends just to ask them to transfer money to my bank account, and then I will just give them this money back.
So you could say like, okay, you'd say like, okay, there would be probably the only one situation if I lost something. Yes, like if I were robbed. Yes, yeah. Then in this case, I would
Mm,
ask for some help.
this is first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Okay, okay, great. Okay, thank you, so Itlana. How about you?
Okay. Just can I use just a calculation in order to make this
Yeah, you
sentence?
just answer the question. Okay, so what should happen? Okay, so like not what should have. Okay, because we're not talking about past. What should happen to make you borrow money?
Okay, if I ran out of money, but I wanted to buy a psychological webinar, I don't know how to say webinar.
Yeah, webinar. Okay.
Okay, I love them very much. I would borrow money from my parents.
Okay, okay, that's a pretty honest answer. Okay, so let's say that you can say like if I crossed a very amazing like webinar, psychology webinar, and I did not have any money, I would borrow it from my parents. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, Marina. So what should happen to you?
For example, my last situation when I wanted to buy my favorite cream. It's not cheap and it was expensive to buy on the sales. It was the last day of the sales. I need to borrow my money from my sister, and but I do it. I did it when I
Mhm.
know that the next day I earn money.
Okay.
You
Uh-huh. All right, that's
only.
good. All right, next one. Okay, next thing. Okay, so let's use at least two of them. Okay, to earn and make money. All right. So what you would never do for making money or for earning money? What you would never do?
And,
Allie? Oh, we'll just go like this, okay? What you would never do for making money?
Can you say
Yeah,
again?
what you would never do for
What I
making
would
money?
never do for
You would
making
never
money?
do, yes, in
I would
any case.
never sell my body.
Okay. All right, we're talking about prostitution. Okay, now I understand.
I wouldn't sell my body, for example.
Okay. Okay, would you actually, would you, okay, let's say, would you do something
Finally.
humiliating yourself? Would you do something humiliating yourself? Humiliating, like to humiliate, to put yourself down. Um, let's say, would you clean streets if you had to?
Because of money.
Because of money, yeah. Because let's say there's no any other job, and
I
right now
don't
you have
think
to.
that cleaning streets will humiliate me. If
Yeah, go ahead.
what would humiliate me if I, for example, reject my principles, if I betray, I don't know, if I betray one of my friends for money, just that would humiliate me.
Okay.
I would humiliate myself. I think so. What else? In a job, maybe, probably boss, when there are a lot of bosses who cannot control their feelings and they can just say whatever they want to say to you, but you know that you are, for example, secretary, and you cannot lose this job, and for money you just listen to the boss who is screaming at you or humiliating you, but you do not quit your job because you need money. You're staying here and you humiliate yourself for money.
Yeah.
Maybe. Am I
Oh,
asking your question correctly? Did I get the point?
yeah, you got the point. Yes, right. Okay, so like what you would never do for making money. Okay, so like you have already said that I would not do something which would let's say violate my rules, my standards. Yes. Yeah.
My principles,
Yeah, your
yes.
principles. Yeah, like okay. All right, okay, great. Okay, so Atlanta, what you would never do for making money? Okay, do you have any standards, limits?
I would never kill a person.
Okay, we know that at least. Okay, you would never. Okay, let's say what you would not like to do, but if you had to, you would.
Probably if I had to do, I would go to the cafe to be a waitress, but I don't like to
Okay,
do it.
no, no. Just it's always interesting to know what a person would do for making money and what they would never do. It's like how far a person can go. Let's say. All right, Marina. Okay, what about you?
I never steal something and then sell it.
You would never steal. Okay. So we all want to be good guys. It's good. Nobody wants to steal. Okay, great. Let's talk about the second block, spending money.
It's a live session, remember?
Yeah,
We have to be.
you have to be honest because you know this is being recorded, so can be used against you in court, I guess.
Mhm.
Spending money. Okay, so we get money, we make money, and then so what do we spend money on? Like, let's read. Can you guys read it yourself? And I will read it for you. To spend money on, to waste money on, to throw money down the drain when you don't care, to be a reasonable spender, to lend money. We used to borrow money. Now we're gonna lend. Okay, to lose money, to cost a fortune. It cost me an arm and a leg, so very expensive. To donate money, to make a donation, and to establish a charity fund. So let's talk about our well spendings, what we spend money on, and the first question I would like to ask you: what do you normally spend money on? Like no matter what. Like think about very basic things that you need every month, and so you have to spend money on those things. Okay. So what do you guys spend money on every month? Oh
on
yeah.
food.
Okay. So food. Okay.
Um, how to
Mortgage.
say?
Mortgage.
Yes.
Okay, mortgage. Okay. Mortgage comes before or after food?
Yes.
Uh, how to say payment for the flat, for
You
gas?
can
How to
say
say
bills. I
bills?
pay my monthly bills or utilities. See here, I rent an apartment, and not only I have to pay my rent, but I also have to pay for utilities I use. Utilities is like water, electricity,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
utilities. So it's a utility bill I pay for cleaning, for the laddie who comes to clean the stairs. So I pay for that
Mm-hmm.
too. For garbage to be removed. So yeah, utilities. Okay.
And for the child's entertainment, for my son's hockey, it costs a lot.
So for clubs and different activities for your son.
And for my activities too.
Okay, great.
For sports, for nails, for massage. Yes.
Yeah, okay. If you do this, if you have it
Mm-hmm.
every month, then yes. So that's what you spend money on. Okay. After spending or after paying for very necessary things, what do you do with money? Do you spend everything you make, or or you save if you can? So, Marina, how do you go about spending money?
Oh, sometimes I spend all my money. Spend money on, yes, on different things. What I want. Something on clothes. Sometimes we need to buy, spend money on pampers, diapers,
Diapers? Diapers.
diapers, yes, diapers, and it's not a usual situation for us when we can save our money. We like to live on the
Mhm.
white food.
Okay. So, okay, Alan, what about you? What do you spend money? What do you have to spend money on every month?
Can you can you ask the question?
One more time,
Ah,
okay.
actually, not so long ago, I became a reasonable spender. Maybe 4 years ago, like something like that. But yeah, before that, uh, oh, I can hear myself. It's just like
I
okay.
guess you need. Do you have?
What I do usually spend money for, it's for food, rent, bills, for sports, for education.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have, but when I talk, I hear myself. And okay, yes, for sports, I pay a lot of bills, not only mine, but my daughters. And what else? And for travelings, I don't spend that much for clothes because I've been living in a country where only summer time, so we don't
Mhm.
spend much money for clothes. That's amazing. And not so long ago, I started to make a budget separately for travelings. This is the most pleasant part of my budget.
Okay. What do you think, guys? So why do we tend? Why do we have tendency? Why do we tend to spend money irrationally? Where does it come from, and why we cannot, or it's hard to control our impulse wishes? Like it's an impulse wish that you want to spend money on something. Where does it come from, and how do you deal with those desires, wishes? All right, think about it, okay, and then if you're ready. All right, Lana, okay, probably you, okay, so
Could you repeat the question,
Yep,
please? What to
absolutely.
do with our desires and our wishes to spend money?
Okay, first of all, why do we spend money irrationally when it's so hard to make it? Okay, that's my first question, okay? And the second one, okay, um, what do you guys do with impulse desires, with impulse purchasing desires? It's a new handbag. I have to buy it. I have already.
I buy. I do nothing with my impulse. I just want to buy and then buy it. But
Such a
I cannot
girl.
say I cannot say that I am a reasonable spender. My husband is, and sometimes it's very useful to go to the shops with him because he sometimes he says, "Are you sure you want to buy this dress?" And then I understand, no, I'm not sure. I just want
What
this
makes you
dress.
think that you are sure?
Yes, like this.
Yeah. Okay, so in your family, it's your husband. Your husband is that break, yeah. He is stopping you. He has to stop
Sometimes.
you. Yeah.
Sometimes, but when he sees that I'm very happy, he buys this dress.
So do you consider it as a waste of money?
Yes, sure.
So
Because it's better to think and to know that you need this dress very much and it's useful for you and it's quite beautiful. But sometimes just I can buy a dress and tomorrow I can think that, oh no, I don't like it. Sometimes it can happen.
so impulse buying is a deal breaker. Is that a problem in your family? Impulse buying, or you're fine?
It's okay because I have a sister and she usually likes my dresses and I can give my dress to her.
Okay. If you had to lend money, your money to somebody, because that person wanted to buy something, let's say he or she does not need, would you lend money, or you would try to convince that person that um, she or he doesn't need that? What would you
Of
do?
course, I will try to confirm him or her.
You would try to convince, yeah,
uh,
hey, you don't need this.
um, Probably it depends, yes. Uh, if I am sure that this person doesn't need this money and they will spoil him, of course, I will try to confirm him. And
To convince, yeah,
I
to
won't
convince, yeah,
convince
yeah.
and I won't give the money to him.
Okay, okay.
I was, I'm sorry, I was just, now I was just talking about some pleasure, yes? Like buying a dress and it doesn't happen every day, of course. It sometimes, but or you can think that I do it every day. Of course not.
No, no, no. Then probably you would just, um, I guess you would be a very rich person, buying a dress every day.
No.
So then
I
that.
would like to be.
Oh, yeah, like, how about you? Okay, so you find yourself wasting money on some things you don't need, or you're always very wise, money wise.
Mm, uh, can you say it again, please? Am
Right.
I
Okay.
wise? What?
Yeah. Do you waste money on the things you don't need, or you control yourself? You're
Mm.
very good at spending money.
As I told you, I became uh, recently I became reasonable spender. It's
What do you mean
like,
by that? How good are you?
how could?
How good are you?
Oh, I'm trying and I'm learning every time. Not so good, but to be honest, if I get an impulse of buying something like a beautiful dress or whatever, I can follow my impulse only if it's not very much expensive. But how I resist this
Yeah.
temptation.
Yeah.
I have a goal for 1 year. For example, this year I had the goal, for example, to um, can you help me with the translation, to complete or finish or end up with my mortgage?
You just want to pay it off. I want
Pay
to pay it
what?
off. Pay it off.
Yeah, I just wanted to pay off my mortgage. I wanted to go to Singapore, to Bali, to finish sell the course in Bangkok, to save some money. Well, 5 things for this year. And every time when I see a beautiful dress, I ask myself, is it really so beautiful that, for example, this dress will cost me visa to Singapore. Visa to Singapore or dress? Visa or dress?
Okay.
Visa.
Yeah, that's
So,
very easy. Yeah, it's very easy. Okay, very easy choice.
so
Priority.
I'm making a list for next month. So, for example, how much money I must save, and I know that it's boring, but I was not reasonable spender. So for me, it's interesting right now.
So let's say you
That's
have tried. Yes, you have tried, and
Ну, мы сейчас будем выходить, что я буду
so
включать.
you already know, like the life. Okay, so the life of a spender. Spend.
ooh, yeah. It like it's like I stopped drinking. Well, it's like alcoholic who said I stopped drinking, or drug addicted who's saying I stopped taking drugs, and now I'm saying I stopped spending so much money, just like this. Let it rain.
So you're sober.
Yes.
You have been sober for 4 years.
Sober life, dry life.
So you don't drink like this. So sober.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you. So in Marina, what about you? Are you the boss of money in your family?
Oh, I waste money.
You waste money.
Yes, I waste a lot of money. But I want to control it, of course, and stay a reasonable spender. Of course, yes, but sometimes when I want something, now I want to buy a new phone and waste some money on iPhone, a new iPhone. But when I was alone, I waste money. But when I have a family, I need to think when I want to do it today or later. Maybe I need to waste money on something um,
Useless.
yes, useless than when I want, because I have a good phone and it's only girls
Wish.
not yes, girls wish and now I this situation and
All right, girls. That's question to you all. Yo, um, do we spend or waste money because let's say we didn't have something when we were kids? So maybe it's coming from our childhood because we were deprived of having some things. We were limited in what we had, and this is why now we want to accomplish everything. We want to get this a new phone, a new dress, and so on. Or it's because our mind is clouded, so we cannot see clearly. We're brainwashed by advertising and beautiful marketing campaigns, and so we are made to believe that we need those things, but you don't need a good phone, so you can just use a regular phone to make phone calls, right? So what do you think? Like, how does it work in your head? Atlanta?
Probably your first word, according to our child, is right, because many psychologists say that if we didn't have anything in our childhood, then especially pocket money. I have recently read about the article, and there was said that who didn't have enough pocket money, they now they cannot spend money correctly, and how to say, more reasonable. Yes.
They cannot be wise with money. You can't be wise
Yes,
with money.
they cannot be wise, and that's why psychologists advised to give pocket money to our children in order to help them to
To
save
learn.
money, to learn how to spend
Yeah.
them, and if they, for example, we give our son about 1,000 tenge. Um,
A month.
how much? Yeah, no, a week.
Mm.
And if he spends his money, for example, on Monday, he doesn't have any money till the end of the week.
Yeah.
And the next week, he knows that he cannot spend all his money at one day. So probably we will learn him how to
Teach. You will teach.
work.
Mhm.
Yes, we will teach him how to work with the money.
It's
Probably, I don't know.
this is how much you give him.
Uh-huh.
166 rubles a week.
Is it okay for Russia?
I don't know. It depends on the family. So and depends how old he is. If he is 5 years old,
11.
11. Okay. Well, at least he has some understanding of how to. I didn't have any money when I was a kid, so I had to learn it. My just started learning how to make money, not to spend, just how to make money. I don't say they, them, or we say it,
It.
it, it. Yeah.
Did I say them? Yes.
It's a common
It's
mistake
true.
that we Russians make because we translate and then we forget. I
Mhm.
make it myself sometimes, but I just like go back and like, no, it, not they. Because money, it's like we think it's money, yes, but it's uncountable. So that's why we have to say it, money, it. Right. All right, Ellie, how about you? Um,
Um,
middle
I
class
do
family.
agree that a lot of things come from family, but we're living right now in such a world where mass media makes us zombie. So you've got Apple, which is Apple 4 or something. I don't know which Apple right now is the new one. I've never had apples because I've never had apples. I'm okay with my Pixel 2. It's okay for me. But what I'm saying is when you keep listening every day that Apple, I don't know, 5
You
is
keep
the
hearing,
best
yeah.
that you
You
have.
keep hearing, yeah.
Oh my God. And now uh, Apple 6 is much more better, but 5 was the best one. I mean, 6 months ago or something. So mass media, I think that plays a huge, huge, huge role in this. Besides our family and some children's memories, blah blah.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, great. About your kid and money.
My
Um,
kid and money.
yes. What do you think
Oh,
about money allowance, pocket money?
um, I give her pocket money. Besides, I teach her to. I give her more than she can. Well, maybe than I can give her. Then I should give her, because I want to teach her save money.
Oh,
Yes, so she's saving money, and but she started to save money only when she could change the currency into dollar. So she changes into dollars and she can keep them. If they're Russian rubles,
okay.
cannot.
Do you give her a plan, like a saving plan? This is how you save. No?
First, I tried to, but I saw that for her it's so boring and it's not fun. And I was like, okay, this is your money, and that's how much you please try to save. And yes, I give her.
Is she saving for a toy or is she saving for something big like a
She
trip?
saved for. She was saving for. her own flat, but then she found out that she wouldn't be able to, so she just bought a telephone,
Okay.
and now we are saving for Disneyland.
Wow.
Yes.
How long do you think it's gonna take her to save enough money to travel there?
Well, of course, she will save something and she will spend it just for, I don't know, a new Mickey Mouse toy or something. Mommy's gonna spend
No, no, no.
everything.
All right, that's okay. At what age, Marina, do you think you should start giving money to your kid?
Um, for my kid,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know because my son, he is 2 years old, around 3 years old, and they give me money. I want to keep a tubes, and I will go to the shop with father, and we hear it every day. But when I was a kid, my father said me that I need to appropriate what I have, and in the future I will do with my I will say it to my kids, I think, and I try to save money the whole week
Mhm.
when my parents gave me money, and spend it at the end of the week. I bought something interesting, maybe tasty for me, and it was okay. And now I try to save too for something, for course, maybe for psychology course, and maybe something interesting.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Okay, thank you. So let's talk about the next two blocks, and because wow, yeah. So money transactions, because we can't talk about money transactions without keeping money, because that's the only way. So because why would we talk about money transactions? Ah, so I know that it's quite popular to actually use electronic money, or yeah, so that we do not really, maybe we have stopped using paper money. And if I open my wallet right now, then I will not find a lot of cash in it. So right now it's very easy just to use your phone because you attach. Yeah, you attach a card and then to your wallet. So and then you can choose like so every card is attached to a bank account, checking or credit. It depends on what card you have. So, and my question is, how many transactions do you think you make a day? Like, and do you prefer to use electronic money or cash, and why? Atlanta?
I think that when we use electronic money, we can spend more because they are like unlimited. And when you have cash, you just, for example, go shopping and you have a definite sum of money in your purse. But if you have a credit card or something like that, you can spend more. I like to spend cash, as for me.
Is it important for you to feel, to touch, to smell every banknote?
Mm, maybe. I don't know, really.
Okay,
I
so
use my I use my credit card only when I buy something in the internet. That's all. I don't go shopping with my card.
oh, interesting. Okay, so in Ali, how is it in the country where you live? Do people tend to use a lot of
Well,
cash or electronic money?
electronic money, of course, and we have here the card which is called Rabbit. It's orange one. So the first we, for example, on TS, which is subway, not underground, but over the roads. And you could use it only for transportation, but now you can use it just anywhere to buy something. And actually, I never valued or appreciated my credit card that much unless I came to Bangkok. I didn't have work permit for some time, and I couldn't open credit card, so I couldn't pay, not for tickets, not for buying anything on internet, because I had some money on my Russian account, but not that much. So I had to wait until I get permit. Then I had to wait that I want to go to the bank, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Ellie's coming back, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to ask Julia because Ellie is out, Cape. So, what about
Hello.
you guys? Like, how's it in your family? Do you tend to use cash money or electronic money, and
Hello,
why?
everyone. I can join.
You can join, okay?
Um, um, as for me, I prefer to spend money online, and I use only my credit card or maybe Sberbank online. And I always buy something on internet shops, and I forget when I go in a big mall and buy something in a real life. But I sometimes I waste money, a lot of money on books, and as usual, I bought it in internet too, and I forget when I withdraw money, and as usual, I transfer money to my mom because she lives in another town, small town, and that's why I transfer money every month. And I get interest a
Mm-hmm.
little bit because I
You rent?
sold my
So,
home.
mhm.
Yes, my parents' home, and a part of my parents' home, and I put money on my account,
In. Mhm.
in my account, yes, and that's why I get interest, and
Okay.
sometimes, yes, sometimes I deposit money into my bank account when my husband give me money.
Yeah, cash. He gives you some cash, yeah?
Yes, yes. Well, sometimes he give me some cash. Sometimes he just transfer money to my account. It depends.
Are there, let's say, not stores, are there situations where you need to use cash? Let's say you have to take out some money, withdraw some money. Like I know that you have some teachers, yeah? Chinese and a Spanish one.
Yeah, yes, of course. And they all have credit cards, and that's why it's very easy for me because I just transfer money on their Sberbank online accounts.
Yeah.
It take me 30 seconds.
So it's about speed right now, yes?
Yes.
And convenient.
Um, yes, sometimes, of course, I spend cash, but as usual, I use only credit card for Sberbank online.
All right, thank you. Okay, great. Okay, Marina's gone. Ellie, could you please finish your story because it was so interesting, but you cut out.
yeah, my internet. I pay for this internet 1,500 rubles per month. Can you imagine?
Oh,
When people told me that Thai internet slow, I said, there is no slow internet in the world.
mhm.
What are you talking about?
Just pay some more money. And now you're paying.
It's too much. Yes, I opened my bank account and was very much happy. Now I can buy anything. But here in Bangkok, there is a lot of street food, and the street, I don't know, like bazaars. Yes.
Yeah, market.
And where you can buy things much cheaper. For example, if I can go to the food court and take food for 150 baht, while the same food I can get for 50 baht, street food. So that's why I use both in cash and credit card. But for me, credit card is very much important right now because I buy a lot of things online.
So, what do you think, guys? Okay, especially you, Atlanta. Okay, as I understand, you live in a small town, or
Karaganda. It's not so
how?
small.
Okay, so but do you see that electronic money has a great penetration like in Bangkok? Okay, so everywhere you go, you have to use electronic money. So you don't need to withdraw money. You don't need to take out cash. So it's very convenient. You just use your phone or a credit or a debit card. You swipe, you tap, and your life goes on pretty fast. Yeah, because you don't waste time. Like, oh, do you have 5,000 rubles? Okay, do you have some change? You know how it goes. Like you have to stand in line, and so in your city, do you see that something is changing in terms of how you pay for things, or is still the same like 10 years ago?
No, of course, many people have credit cards, but I don't need it now. And but my husband has credit card, and we usually go shopping with him, and he pays. Maybe that's all. I don't need credit card with me now, but maybe later in some months I
Mhm.
will pay with my credit card. Now I don't need it.
Okay. Why I'm saying this, all those things, okay, it's because sometimes it's so convenient that I forget to even take my credit card. I just take my phone, and it happens to me all the time. I forget cash at home, and it's because right now, anywhere I go, I can just use my phone. So if they don't have a terminal, then I can transfer money. So I just say like, okay, what's your phone number? Do you have Sberbank? Because Sberbank is very popular in Russia. And so in that, I can just send money like that. It's very convenient, and I don't need to, because my wallet is pretty heavy. I have a lot of cards in it, so I cannot
A lot of
imagine
money.
where to put it because I wear shorts, and I don't want to carry a big bag, filled with cash. So, this is
And not comfy.
like, so I guess it's another world now. Well, let's talk about keeping money, and how to avoid having a lack of money and what to do with that. So, how do you guys save money? What, let's say, methods do you use to keep money? And is it important to keep money safe? Because sometimes your money can be stolen by somebody if you're not attentive. Ali, what are the ways to keep money and save money in Bangkok? What is
Can you say it
popular?
again, please?
How do you keep money in Bangkok? Where do you keep your money?
How to?
Where do you keep your money?
Well, mm, you mean in cash or in a
Yeah,
bank
like typically,
account?
yeah. I just have bank accounts. Okay, I trust banks. Well, I trust banks. Okay.
Yes, I also trust banks, but I always remember that I'm a foreigner here. And for example, if any kind of mistake can happen, for example, one of my colleagues, he had some penalty or something, and nobody asked him, they just took money from his account.
Wow.
But I'm sure that there it was some misunderstanding. He's out of Bangkok right now. I don't know how his story ended up, but he didn't find 50,000 baht, which is 100,000 rubles.
Wow.
I will ask him what's going on and how did the story happen when he comes back. But what I'm saying is, I do trust banks, and for example, on my Sberbank or on Uralsib, going back to my hometown, I could keep money as much as I could afford. But here, as I'm foreigner, I keep not so much money on a bank account. The most money I just send
You send
back.
right away. You send right away as soon as you get your salary. You transfer money.
No, 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 not this very day. But I keep money in cash. I keep money. I put money on my savings. Put my savings into a bank account.
And you rent an apartment, right? So it's not your flat, right? You rent an apartment.
Yes,
So do you have?
yes.
Is it only you who has the key to your flat, or also your landlord? Yeah.
Me and my landlord, but this is the condo where I live. It's 24 to 7, 24/7. It's security. And in the, so when you come into the lobby, you had to have two keys, just mm, use two keys, and only after that you're in the lobby. Then again, use a key, just go to the elevator, use the key,
Wow.
and this key can lift you up only on your floor. So you cannot go to any other floor. You have two available floors. The first floor, where we have sports, we have gym and pool. And I have a neighbor, he's my friend, and he lives on 25th floor. But I cannot go up because I don't live there.
Watch
And
this.
when you go to the floor, yes, there are several cameras on the floor, and it sees all the doors. So some
That's
Thai
awesome.
people don't even close their doors. So you feel
Wow.
safe.
That's good. Okay, so I guess then you can just keep your money under the mattress or under your pillow, and you're fine. Nobody's
I'm not
gonna.
gonna tell you. I'm kidding.
No, it's good. Okay. All right. Let's talk about you. Okay. So Julia, you've got two kids. So I'm sure, like you always think about money. So do you keep money for a rainy day? Like, let's say if something happens.
I was born in a very poor family, and that's why I always think and save money for a rainy day, of course. But right now, I don't need to save up money. And when I was a teenager, I was as poor as a church mouse. And it was, I think, about 3 years when my parents have not had not a job, and we eating only bread and tea without sugar. It was very
Well,
difficult. That's why I was strapped it for cash.
trap for cash.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, and um, I know that money doesn't grow on trees, and um, I always stash money.
Everywhere. Yeah. In your apartment.
Yes, yes. I think it's very important because if you have enough money right now, it doesn't uh,
It doesn't mean
mean yes that tomorrow you will be ok too.
it will be. Yeah.
And yes, that's why I think all people who own a lot of money always have to think about rainy day. Can I say?
Yeah. To think about a rainy day.
About
Yeah.
yes, about rainy day, and keep their money safe. I think it's very important.
Right. Okay. I like that you're using a lot of collocations. So you're just like this collocation machine. Just one, two, three. Just insert that CD or coins, and then like, you connect everything. It's good. It's good
Thank
because
you.
I'm trying to help students use even one collocation, but you're just like answering, and then you're going down the list. If you own a lot of money, then you have to learn how to keep them, keep it saving.
I think it's very easy to use these collocations because I cannot say without
Yeah.
this.
All right, Lana, are you still here?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I need to go
Okay.
because now I am at parents and my husband is going home. I'm sorry
Okay.
and
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you.
No problem. Okay. Thanks for being with
Bye.
us.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, Atlanta's gone. Okay, so we're still here, guys. Okay, I just want to finish this up, and so the last thing, okay, I wanted to ask you, like, how is it? Do you have to live on a tight budget sometimes? And what do you do if all out of money to live on a tight budget, and if you run out of money, like all of a sudden you run out of money, you understand that you don't have enough. Oh, Allie,
Uh, well, if I don't have enough money, which actually happened and very much often because I started from the very beginning, from zero,
Mhm.
over and over again many times. Well, I just don't buy something to myself. I mean, um, jewelries. I love jewelries. Um,
Okay.
shoes. I love shoes, which are expensive and leather. So I just don't buy them. Yes, and I try to invest money in a really in things that I really need or in education.
That's very smart of you. Not every person can make such smart decisions. Uh,
Okay.
it's yeah. Okay. How about you, Juliet?
When I was
And
24 and I changed my small town and I went to the Moscow, lived to the Moscow. I lived on a tight budget, of course, because I rent apartment and I haven't good job at
didn't
first
have.
time. Yes, and that's why I worked a lot, but I was run out of money several years because my parents live in another town and I was alone in Moscow. But I prefer to save up money and I can I could concentrate it for my desires. Yes.
You could control your desires.
Yes,
Control.
and that's why I didn't go in expensive restaurants, maybe, and bought expensive things. But right now, I can buy all this without problem.
You can afford. Yes, I can afford.
I can afford, and I make a fortune, I think.
Okay, so at least we have one person who went from rags to riches. Okay, finally, this is you.
Uh, yes, I can think, I can say that, but for me, it's not problem because I'm not star. Oh, I have a lot of money, so go away. And I donate money for animals.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Yes, I have one girl. She have a big house with
a
big
shelter,
animals.
animal shelter. Yeah.
Yes, animal shelter, and they are about 60 dogs and cats, or maybe more right now. And send money every week for this
To buy food, yes.
to buy food and medicine, some medicine.
Okay, mats.
Because yes, yes. And I worked with children when I was in travel agency big holding, and we work with government and children from детский дом, how to say?
That's orphanage. Orphanage, yes.
Orphanage. Yes, I work with 25, 24 orphanages. And I know that the government sent a lot of money with these schools and for these children. That's why right now I donate money for animals.
Yeah, so you cannot believe them and you cannot trust them anymore, yes? Cannot trust them anymore. Okay, so that was our topic about money. And next week, we're going to be talking about shopping. As you can see, all those topics, they are related somehow because, so talking about shopping, you speak about money, but not only money, but also you speak about the things you buy. So like clothes, so you have to try it on, and those different locations that you have to use when you speak about purchases, like buying or going shopping. So today, I am very grateful that you made it possible, that you showed up. It's very important for me that you guys that you join my lives because I feel a bit alone, when you guys don't want to show up. I feel like, oh my God, so guys are going through this course and they don't want to see my face. Why do I deserve this? Okay.
Everybody had their reasons or excuses.
Yeah, but it's like once a week. Okay, I really wanted to make it happen. I know you travel, you have your own problems, but it's so good and cool to see your faces and to notice how each student can make this progress, how they can speak a bit better, like one step forward. It matters a lot to me and to us as the creators of this course. So we're happy to see you guys speaking. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so you guys have a great evening. I guess it's already night, maybe in or morning. And what time is it?
It's 25 minutes to 11.
Oh wow. Okay, great. So you gotta hit the sec. Okay, Julia, I know it's Moscow time, so we're in the same time zone. Okay, thank you very much. So pleasure
Okay.
as always. See you next week. Okay.
Thank you
See
very
you.
much.
Bye bye.